Hello everyone. I hope you all are keeping good health. Today we will start with a new chapter, chapter 11, Algebra. There are different branches in mathematics. The branch of mathematics in which we study numbers is called arithmetic. The branch of mathematics in which we study shapes is called geometry. Whereas the branch of mathematics in which we study the use of letters to write the rules and formulas in a general way is called algebra. In this chapter, we will learn to use the letter to write rules and formulas in general way. The very first method we will use here is matchstick pattern. In this method, a pattern will be given to you and you are supposed to find how many number of matchsticks are used in single pattern and how will you express the same in general way. Let the pattern be L. Now here we can see that the number of matchstick used are 2. If we increase the number of pattern by 1, now the number of matchstick is 4. The only thing we are doing here is we are multiplying the number of matchstick used in one pattern to total number of patterns. That is 2 into 2. Now if there are 3 patterns, we will multiply number of matchstick used in one, that is 2 into 3. So you will get 6. That is 2 into 3. Now if the number of pattern is not clear to you, there is a so on condition. In such case, we can assume that the number of pattern be n. So as if there are 2 pattern, we are multiplying 2 to 2. If there are 3 pattern, we are multiplying 2 to 3. Similarly, as there are n pattern, we will multiply 2 to n. That is 2 into n. This is a general rule which express that if number of pattern given to you is 15, we can directly say that 2 into 15 is 30, which is the number of matchstick used. Now, variable. In the last example, I used n, whose value was not clear to you. That was an example of variable. So variable does not have a fixed value. It can take any value. Whereas constant has fixed value. For example, number of corners of a square, number of days in a week. Moving to exercise 11.1. Now in exercise 11.1, we are supposed to find the general rule and the pattern is given to you. Now moving to the very first pattern, the letter given to you in the very first sum is T. Here you can see there are 2 lines in stick. So the general rule for the first one will be 2n. Moving to the second, the pattern of letter Z. Here 3 lines are there, so the rule is 3n. Next it's U. Again 3 lines are there, so the rule is 3n. Now 2 lines are there, so the rule is 2n. Now there is a letter E. How many lines are there? 5. So the rule is 5n. In the next one it's S. Again there are 5 lines. So the rule is 5n. Now the letter is A and there are 6 lines. So the rule is 6n. Moving to question number 3. Cadets are marching in a parade, there are 5 cadets in a row. What is the rule which gives the number of cadets given the number of rows? So if the number of rows are given to you, how will you find number of cadets? We just simply multiply 5 with number of rows and you will get total number of cadets. So the general rule is 5n, where n is the number of rows. Next, question number 4. If there are 50 mangoes in a box, how will you write the total number of mangoes in terms of the number of boxes? So, in one box there are 50, in two box there are 100, in three box there are 150, means we are using multiple of 50. As the number of boxes is not clear, so we will take a variable n. So, nth multiple of 50 will be 50n, where n is the number of boxes. Moving to question number 5. The teacher distributes 5 pencils per students. Can you tell how many pencils are needed given the number of students? Again, one student will get 5 pencils. So 2 students, 10 pencils, 3 students, 15 pencils. It means we are using multiple of 5. As the number of students is not clear, again we will take a variable n here and the rule will be 5n. That is nth multiple of 5, where n is the assumed number of students. Question number 6. A bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. Can you express the distance covered by the bird in terms of its flying time in minutes? So in 1 minute, a bird covers 1 kilometer. So in 2 minutes, it will cover 2 kilometer. In 3, it will cover 3 kilometer. So again, taking n as the number of minutes, it will cover n kilometer, or you can write 1n kilometer. This is a general rule. Moving to question number 7. Radha is drawing a dot rangoli. She has 9 dots in a row. How many dots will her rangoli have for r rows? How many dots are there if there are 8 rows? And then if there are 10 rows. So as it's given that we are supposed to use r rows. For 1 row it's 9, for 2 rows it's 18, for 3 rows it's 27. We are using multiple of 9. We are supposed to calculate for r. So we will use rth multiple of 9, that is 9r, where r is number of rows. Next, in the same question, the second part is how many dots are there if there are 8 rows. So for 8 rows, you will multiply 9 with 8. You will get 72. And if there are 10 rows, you will multiply 9 with 10. You will get 90. Next, question number 9. Mother has made laddus. She gives some laddus to guests and family members. Still 5 laddus remain. If the number of laddus mother gave away is L, how many laddus did she make? Now, it's given that number of laddus she gave away is L and number of laddus left is 5. So in all, number of laddus she made will be L plus 5. Next. Question number 10. Oranges are to be transferred from larger boxes into smaller boxes. When a large box is emptied, the oranges from it fill two smaller boxes and still 10 oranges remain outside. If the number of oranges in a small box are taken to be x, what is the number of oranges in the larger box? So first, it's clearly given to you that number of orange in one single small box is x. And as the large box is filling two small boxes, so total number of oranges in two small boxes will be 2x. But still, 10 oranges remain outside. So in all, total number of oranges in a large box, 2x plus 10. Now, moving to question number 11. Now in this question number 11, you will see some patterns are given to you. We are supposed to find the rule that gives the number of matchsticks that is used in terms of the number of squares. So here in the first one, you can see the pattern is given to you. First, you will see how many number of matchsticks are there. The sequence is 4, 7, 10, 13. Now, this pattern is successor of multiple of 3. This is 3 into 1 plus 1. This is 3 into 2 plus 1. 3 into 3 plus 1. 3 into 4 plus 1. Using the same rule, we can find out number of matchstick as 3 into n plus 1, that is 3n plus 1, where n is the variable. Now, in the next pattern, again we are supposed to find out number of matchstick general rule. Here the pattern is given to you in terms of triangle. Again finding out the sequence. In the first one, number of matchsticks are 3, next 5, next 7, next 9. Now this pattern is successor of multiple of 2, which you can write it as 2 into 1 plus 1, 2 into 2 plus 1, 2 into 3 plus 1, 2 into 4 plus 1. In a general way, as you can see, in all the formula, only the second value is changing continuously. So in place of the second number, you will write a variable and you will get the general formula as 2n plus 1. I hope all the sums of first exercise is clear to you. Now, you will move to the second topic, that is use of variable in common rules. We will use this algebra in both the branch of mathematics, that is geometry as well as arithmetic. Now first you will see how we will use algebra in geometry to frame the rules of geometry. So we will use variables in common rules. For this, first you will try to find out perimeter of a rectangle. Now this is a rectangle. As you know, the opposite sides of any rectangle are always equal in length. Thus, we can see here we can denote AB and CD by L and BC and AD by B. Now as you are supposed to find perimeter, perimeter means boundary length. It means we are supposed to add the length of all the sides of the rectangle. Now AB means L, BC is B, CD is L, DA is B. We can add two variables of same kind. We can add L to L. We cannot add L to B. So we will write it as 2L and 2B. Same variable we can add. As both the variables are having 2 in common, we can write it once and left over is L plus B, which we will write in bracket. This is the final formula of perimeter of rectangle using variable L and B. L for length, B for breadth. Moving to next, that is perimeter of square. Again, what is square? Square is a closed figure and all the sides of the square are equal. Again, moving to perimeter, which means boundary length, adding length of all the sides, putting the values here, you will get the same variable in all the four sides. Adding all, we will get 4s, which is a final formula of perimeter of a square using a variable s. So, these variables take on values and it's based on the condition given to you in the question. Moving to your arithmetic. Let's suppose we are supposed to frame commutative property. First, you will deal this for addition of two numbers. As you know, if you will add 3 to 4 or 4 to 3, you will get 7 in each case. It means changing the order of the number will not change the result. So, commutating means interchanging. Commutating the order of numbers in addition does not change the sum. Now you will use variable to express this property in a general way. Yes, let's suppose as there are two numbers, we will use two variables. A and B. You will get A plus B equals to B plus A. Similarly, for commutative property, for multiplication of two numbers. Yes, here you can see we are multiplying 3 and 4 and next 4 and 3. In both the case, you will get the same answer. Again, changing the order of the number will not change the result. Now, expressing the same by using variable in a general way, here again we will use two variables as there are two values. Let it be A and B. You will write the property now in a general way as A into B equals to B into A. Next property is distributive property. Here 5 we are supposed to multiply to 10 plus 12. Opening the bracket means multiplying 5 to both the terms individually. Here, if we want to express the same in a general way, as there are three values, so we will use three variables. Let it be A, B and C. So we will write this property as A into B plus C equals to A into B plus A into C. This property is known as distributivity of multiplication over addition. Moving to the next property, here in place of addition sign we are using subtraction. Again, the concept will remain the same. We are supposed to multiply 15 here to both the term inside the bracket, 1 by 1. Now this is known as distributivity of multiplication over subtraction. We will express the same using variable. As there are 3 values, we will use 3 variables here. Let it be A, B and C. So we will write the same as A into B minus C equals to A into B minus A into C. Now we will move to exercise 11.2. Using the same concept, we are supposed to form the general rules or formula for the given condition. Now the first question is, the side of an equilateral triangle is shown by L. Express the perimeter of the equilateral triangle using L. Now what do you mean by equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle means all the sides are equal. As we are supposed to express the side by L, it's already given to you in the question. Variable is fixed here. So we will express all the side by L. Now we are supposed to find perimeter, which means boundary length. Add all the side length. As all the variables are same, we can add them and finally you will have perimeter as 3L, which is your final answer in general way. Moving to question number 2. The side of a regular hexagon is denoted by L. Express the perimeter of the regular hexagon using L. Hexagon means closed figure with 6 sides. Regular hexagon means all the sides are equal in length. Here in this question, we are supposed to express the side by L like this. So again, while calculating perimeter, which means boundary length, you will add all the length. As the variables are same, you will get 6L, which is a general way to express the perimeter of a regular hexagon. Moving to your question number 3. The length of an edge of the cube is given by L. Find the formula for the total length of the edge of a cube. Now, first of all, what is cube? A cube is a 3-dimensional figure. It has 6 faces and all of them are identical squares. This is a figure for cube. Here, how many edges are there? In all, there are 12 edges. As the cube is formed by identical squares, so the length of each edge will be L. We are supposed to find the total length of the edge of a cube. So we will add the length of all the edges. As there are 12 edges, so you will add L 12 times. Finally, you will get the answer as 12L. Moving to question number 4. Express the diameter of the circle D in terms of its radius R. Now what is diameter? Diameter of a circle is a line which joins 2 points on the circle and also passes through the center of the circle. Now let's take figure of circle. Here this one is a circle with a center. We will draw a line which will join 2 points on the circle and will pass through the center. This is the diameter. We will express it by D as it's given in the question. Now what is radius? Radius will start from center and will touch the circle at one point. Here you have to express it by r. Here this one is a radius. Again this part is also a radius. So we can see that diameter is equals to radius plus radius. That is d is equals to 2r. This is a general formula or relation between diameter and radius, or you can say that here we are expressing diameter in terms of its radius. Next question, we are supposed to express associative property by using variable ABC. Now what is associative property? Let's take 3 number which we are supposed to add. Adding the first 2 number given in the bracket, then adding 13 to it, you will get an answer. Similarly, now changing the order. Now adding 27 and 13 first, adding the answer to 14. Again the answer is same. So changing the order of the number will not change the result. Here we are considering 3 number. So expressing the same using variable a, b, c, you can write it as a plus b in the bracket plus c equals to a plus in the bracket b plus c. I hope whatever I have explained you in this video is very clear to each one of you. Thank you everyone. God bless you all.